So the CBC, particularly Rosemary Barton, who has some great hits during this election season, once again is at it. And it's interesting that the CBC can be both lying and gaslighting, but then also have very few moments where either a guest or another host is actually willing to challenge the status quo. And here's another example of this where Rosemary Barton, or Barton, as they say, got immediately challenged when she was trying to push more and more Mark Carney garbage uh, down the viewers' mouths here. So listen to this.
For some people, Mark Carney does embody change, right? Not for everyone. Some people don't buy it, but for some people, he does.
And some people, Mark Carney is for change. You know, the people that drive Maseratis are probably retired. They don't have to worry about things. They have a lucrative pension. Maybe they have a government job. Maybe they got a job somewhere in a good sector for many years. Those people are fine. Everybody else is screwed, but there's some people that will like Mark Carney. That's what she said. Listen to this.
For some people, Mark Carney does embody change, right? Not for everyone. Some people don't buy it, but for some people, he does.
And for some people, Mark Carney embodies change. Sometimes he'll change his suit jacket to a grayer one. That's changing. That's noteworthy. He's willing to change the colors of his suit. As policy goes, you know, you go with the gang. You go with the rest of the camp.
The rabbit that the Liberal campaign's been trying to pull out of the hat is exactly that. To say to at least a portion of the pro-change voters, this is change. I don't think that's very credible. Same team. The platform was a Trudeau platform. It's the same.
That's not true. It was a Carney platform. It was not written.
So he made the statement that, yeah, I'm not sure this is the exact change we need. That Mark Carney pretty much derived his platform from Justin Trudeau. It was already admitted and already accounted for that this was Trudeau's plan, that before he resigned, they already had in because they were expecting Trudeau was going to run till the election that was going to happen in the fall, but then he resigned early, so they just passed the baton from Justin Trudeau to Mark Carney. So they didn't change the plan. They didn't change the proposal. They didn't change the campaign. This is already intact. This is already played out. And he's mentioning this on camera in the CBC, and immediately Rosemary Barton's like, no. That's Carney's plan. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's Carney's plan. Ready to pounce on him.
Credible, same team. The platform was a Trudeau platform. It's the same.
That's not true. It was a Carney platform. It was not written for Justin Trudeau.
That literally sounds like someone in denial. No. That's Mark Carney's platform. That's not written for Justin Trudeau. That's Mark Carney's platform. That is someone in denial. You could hear the tone of her voice, like, no, that cannot happen. It's funny that, sadly, the network that's failing actually turns out to be the more funniest. Because of this just insidious takes. No. That can't be right. That's Carney's plan. It wasn't written for Trudeau. Don't tell me that. I want to hear it again. That was kind of funny.
Of the pro-change voters, this is change. I don't think that's very credible. Same team. The platform was a Trudeau platform. It's the same.
That's not true. It was a Carney platform. It was not written for Justin Trudeau. That is simply not true.
Listen, this is a matter of, is that an objective CBC fact check statement? I think
yes.
That's subjectively.
Yes.
So he goes to ask, is this checked? Is this from the CBC fact checker? This statement? And Rosemary Barton's like, yes, yeah. The CBC told me to this. The CBC, my producers are telling me, yes, yeah. Fact checked by us. Even though they know, because in another segment, Rosemary Barton had on a panel, and one of the contenders on that panel already admitted that Carney's platform was already written for Justin Trudeau. They already written the platform and the campaign strategy before Mark Carney was even introduced. That's already been admitted. That's already been proven. So CBC is lying to its own audience. And when the panelist of this show is trying to school Rosemary Barton on that, and she's in complete denial. No. That can't be right. CBC fact checked that. Yes. Yeah. Oh, great.
What I will say is,
you can say it subjectively, but objectively, it is accurate to say that.
It reads to me like a Trudeau platform.
Well, that's fine. It can read that way, to you, but that is not.
I don't know. I guess
that's fine. That's fine. It can read that way. It's fine. It can read that way, but that's not right. That's not right. The CBC checked it. Okay, the CBC fact checked it. Oh my God. Now I'm understanding why this is the most favorable platform for over 65-year-olds. The stubborn people that are watching this, also in denial, also stubborn, also not reading into things, not willing to learn, not willing to educate themselves. Just like, no, yeah. That's Mark Carney's platform. The TV told me to. Yeah. It's already been fact checked, okay? What you're saying is it's just garbage. It's garbage. That's not accurate. It's not accurate. Like I said, I kind of feel bad for the CBC. At the same time, though, they're doing this to themselves. This is why they're crumbling. This is why. All they have to do is go back to their original journalistic roots. They had that once. I don't know what happened to it, but they had it and they completely lost it. Now it's just an insane circus.
It reads to the CBC differently, but it reads to me like a Trudeau platform, which is got interventionist, more spending, implicitly higher taxes, not addressing the fundamental issues around productivity or competitiveness, the flight of capital, the flight of investment, the decline in per capita GDP. These are the underlying issues in affordability, and I'm just saying, I think there is a tension in what's left of a swing electorate around that.
That's fine.
Again, Rosemary Barton, so desperate to slap him. Okay. You're saying words, and they're kind of correct. Yeah. But it's still Carney's platform. Do you not remember that Pierre Poilievre is going to take the CBC away? Oh man. But that is an accurate statement. What the man was saying there, what that gentleman was saying, that the whole campaign, it's a joke. The whole campaign is a joke. Just like we showed that, that colorful cartoon, that everything was focused on Trump, everything was focused on this trade war that could easily been resolved, could have been easily wrapped up. We could have dealt with this head on from day one, but we chose not to. We chose to exploit it even further, and now it's become a complete insane freak show, a circus that's a distraction from everything else, a distraction from the economy, a distraction from productivity, a distraction from our decreasing GDP, a distraction from the cost of living, unaffordability, the cost of living, housing, fentanyl, you name it. Every other crisis that's happening within this country, but that has overshined and overpowered, being washed away to focus on Trump. Trump is apparently the most evil, sinister villain to mankind, to Canada. But yet, I don't remember Trump creating the fentanyl crisis. I don't remember Trump allowing a vast upward of migrants into this country. I don't remember Trump creating censorship bills in this country. I don't remember Trump stealing tax dollars and jet setting to the Caribbean for a little Christmas getaway. I don't think that was Trump. I think that was Justin Trudeau. I think that was our prime minister, our government. You know, the ones that you should be holding accountable. This is why this is garbage. Clearly garbage. You have toddlers sitting at a panel table discuss better topics than this. That's Mark Carney's platform. But hey, if the CBC does go away, maybe Rosemary Barton can join the ladies on The View. I heard that they're looking for more contenders. I hear they're looking for more hosts. You know, Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg are up in age, so hey. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. I would actually want to watch that episode. They brought her on. That's Mark Carney's platform. Yeah. Mark Carney's platform. Everything. You just saying words. You just saying words. Okay, let's watch this in full.
For some people, Mark Carney does embody change, right? Not for everyone. Some people don't buy it, but for some people he does.
And the rabbit that the Liberal campaign's been trying to pull out of the hat is exactly that. To say to at least a portion of the pro-change voters, this is change. I don't think that's very credible. The same team, the platform was a Trudeau platform. It's the same.
That's not true. It was a Carney platform. It was not written for Justin Trudeau. That is simply not true.
Listen, this is a matter of, is that an objective CBC fact check statement? I think
yes.
Subjectively,
yes.
what I will say is...
You can say it subjectively, but objectively it is accurate to say that.
It reads to me like a Trudeau platform.
Well, that's fine. It can read that way, but that is not...
I don't know. I guess it reads to the CBC differently, but it reads to me like a Trudeau platform, which is got interventionist,
yes.
more spending, implicitly higher taxes, not addressing the fundamental.
That's just, I can't believe that. Yeah, it can read that way, but it's Mark Carney's platform. Jeez. I bet if I hold an apple in front of her and asked her what kind of fruit it is, she'd be the one that tells me it's a banana. But you could clearly see it's an apple. I could hold it right to your face and you could see it's an apple. But it's a banana. It's a banana. CBC fact checked it. It's a banana. Oh, man. This is just... Sometimes the news can get great comedy. I'll tell you that. Sometimes the news provides great comedy in the set. No, that's Mark Carney's platform. It's objectively true. You're just subjective. Objectively, it's true.
Issues around productivity or competitiveness, the flight of capital, the flight of investment, the decline in per capita GDP. These are the underlying issues in affordability. And I'm just saying, I think there is a tension in what's left of a swing electorate around that.
That's fine. But what my point was, because there was a conservative talking point emerging that this platform had been written for Justin Trudeau. That is not true.
Well, it reads to me like it was.
You can read it that way, but it was not written for Mr. Trudeau.
You could read it that way, but that's just not true, because that sounds like a conservative talking point. Was that not subjective? That you just assumed that it came from the conservative and the talking point from them? Where's the fact check on that one? Oh, we don't fact check our own staff, but we're going to fact check someone that's on our panel making accurate points on the fact that it was already admitted that the Liberal Party wrote their campaign before Mark Carney was introduced. That is fact. That's already been proven. Rosemary Barton knows this, but she's in such complete denial that she has to go hilariously against this guy in a friggin' denial state. No, that's Mark Carney's plan. That's Mark Carney's plan. It's not written for Trudeau. Yeah, you might read it that way. Yeah, it looks like that, but it's written for Carney. It just literally just shows the mental capacity of some people. And I don't know what it could be. It feels like Stockholm syndrome. I don't know what it could be. But holy crap. You are a news journalist. You are a broadcaster. And here you are, lying to your own audience, lying in front of this guy's face, making up just insane assumptions because you're in complete denial to understand the facts. And you wonder why the CBC is failing. You wonder why people are kind of speculating the side of, maybe we should cut back the funding. Maybe Rosemary Barton is not exactly a acclaimed journalist I want my tax dollars go towards. Because clearly they're not going towards fact-checking sources. Ergo, why I have this channel.